Some people have written books, some have a great look that covers the magazines for kids who are 17, but I don't know what.
is customary on occasions like this one for the speaker of the hour to tell the graduates that you have entered onto a great uncharted sea, steering by the light of your education, sailing on waves caused by your own brilliance, blown by winds caused by social currents throughout the land, and to then conclude that we are all in the same boat. That may be so, but it's leaking under someone's seat. The space to stretch their arms and their souls, the right to breathe, the right to vote, the freedom to choose their friends, to enjoy the sunshine, to ride on the railroad uncursed by color, thinking, dreaming, working as they will in a kingdom of God and love. Thank you.
Congratulations. What I'm about to say is truly from the heart. Each graduate before me has an expectation of what this degree means, how it will serve to fulfill professional success and personal achievement. For some, it's a completion of a lifelong goal, and others an example for those that you love. Each expectation is as individual as you are. However, the perspective of what the degree will do for you, how the degree will open doors for you, or how the degree will put you in an upward trajectory depends on you and where you are in your life. From individual experiences, responsibilities, flexibility, and risk-taking. What it will guarantee is that you cannot be denied based solely on the fact of not having one. The door has opened for you for new opportunities previously closed to you. Focus on the service you provide, the work ethic you display, the leadership that you exhibit, the teamwork that you foster, and the role you are tasked to perform for those you are responsible for and those who you are responsible to. So you may ask, how do I do this? And it's quite simple. First, having the courage to stand up and be who you are, believing and hoping and knowing it's possible. You find another avenue of approach. You go over it, under it, around it, kick it out the way, do what you have to do, but laugh your way to success. You ask yourself, what can I do with that for the benefit of someone else? And it's called a legacy. And I believe that your individual accomplishments tells me what you did when you lived. The legacy that you leave tells me how you lived your life, and a legacy never dies.
Good morning and welcome. President LeBlanc, esteemed trustees, distinguished guests, colleagues, family and friends of the graduates, I am honored to present to you the faculty and students of the School of Arts, Sciences, and Education. They are led into the arena today by Dr. Aaron Collins, Associate Professor of Chemistry and our 2022 Fulbright Scholar. These graduates have completed studies in the richest, most diverse array of academic and experiential ventures our university has to offer. They have surveyed volcanoes and films, examined novels and flora, analyzed structural racism and priceless works of art, wandered through rivers and libraries, sat with philosophers and school children, and studied war and the human psyche. Amidst all of this, they have learned lessons designed not only to give them the tools to succeed in any number of careers, but ones that will encourage them to embrace the charge of Martin Luther King Jr. to make a career of humanity. In completing these experiences, our graduates have become the latest heirs to a legacy rooted in thousands of years of learning and infused with the most modern of perspectives, knowledge, skills, and sensibilities. They have become problem solvers, critical thinkers, creative producers, generous advocates, and selfless leaders. Notably, they have finished their course of studies while attaining one of the most unique skill sets any students have acquired in the last century. They demonstrated stamina, perseverance, and grace amidst a global pandemic that drove their learning onto new and different platforms in settings at once all too familiar and altogether foreign. This past year, as they returned to our campus excitedly, if also tentatively, they adapted to sudden changes in their learning environment, briefly transitioning again to remote learning this past January. Throughout the last 2 years, they succeeded despite loss and separation, despite the temporary absence of the vibrant learning atmosphere that our campus provides. We thank them for the example of resilience and commitment that they have given. Their lessons will not soon be forgotten. And we thank, too, the faculty and staff of our school. With their customary work ethic, expertise, and selflessness, they have embraced our graduates' education as a true labor of love, shepherding them through challenging moments, developing their skills alongside their core knowledge, and providing a guiding example of professionalism and compassion amid the most challenging environment this country has seen since the Second World War. For this, and for the many ways, large and small, that they have shaped the lives of these graduates, we are deeply in their debt. Graduates, you commence from this time and place into a world in great need of your compassion, creativity, generosity, and empathy. The challenges you will confront will from time to time seem daunting and overwhelming. In those moments, remember your success with us and the lessons about yourselves and others that you learned here. Meet your future moments with the knowledge and confidence that come from a job well done. You have our best wishes for continued success, our congratulations for your many and various accomplishments, and our hope that your lives will be filled with charity and joy. Good luck.
Hello, my name is Dr. Michael Tasto, Dean of the School of Business, and I'm pleased to introduce the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University's School of Business programs, led today by Dr. Sood. Our business graduates will enter a variety of industries prepared with academic degrees, expertise, and experience in an impressive array of disciplines, specializations, including accounting, business administration, economics, finance, marketing, operations management, project management, sales, international business, sports management, organizational leadership, business analytics, and entrepreneurship, just to name a few. Our graduates have acquired the knowledge, skills, professional dispositions, and competencies they need to succeed in their careers. At a time that no one could have predicted when they started their studies, they have shown up, worked hard, zoomed in from their bedrooms, and completed their degrees while often taking on more work, more household and childcare responsibilities, and certainly more stress than those before them. These graduates will enter a more complex, dynamic, interconnected, and demanding environment than the graduates before them. Consider how our world has changed and reshaped over the last 2 years, and how that will impact their futures, professionally and personally. What we know is that through their studies at SNHU, their real-world experiences, they are prepared to succeed in the highly challenging environments that await them. To this end, our graduates have participated in a wide range of experiential learning opportunities, including sales competitions, business plan pitches, global consulting projects, faculty-led programs to Europe, Asia, and South America, the creation of student-led restaurants and cafes such as Pizza 32 and the Cup of Love, as well as campus internships through our partnership with Connection and the Sales Immersion Lab. Today, we also honor the new graduates from the Project Atlas program. These graduates earn their credits through the mastery of competencies, and I'm proud of their hard work and dedication, illustrating their academic success. The School of Business alumni include successful local, national, and international business leaders and entrepreneurs, as well as doctoral program graduates who share their scholarship and expertise with students and practitioners around the globe. Our doctoral program in international business prepares its graduates to navigate increasingly globalized economic and business realities. Our PhD graduates have been positioned as academic leaders and scholars at regional, national, international, and international institutions of higher education. And even here in the School of Business Dean's office, we have a PhD graduate, Dr. Layla Sami, serving as our Associate Dean. In addition, we have Dr. Charlotte Broaden from Business Administration and Management, and 3 department chairs who have graduated from our program, Dr. Megan Gassman from Business Administration and Management, Dr. Michael Baker from Accounting, and Dr. Mark Hecox from Sport Management. These graduates transition from being yesterday's students to being today's professionals and tomorrow's leaders in business and society. Additionally, please allow me to thank the many faculty, advisors, and staff who have contributed to the success of these learners. Your work will have lifelong positive impact on the lives of these graduates. Please join me again in welcoming the newest graduates of SNHU's business programs.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Kirk Kohlenbrander, Executive Vice President of the School of Engineering, Technology, and Aeronautics. It's an honor to welcome all of you here today and to present this group processing into this area. Our Our graduates are led by Dr. Jennifer Gorsucha. Our graduates have solved real-life problems in our laboratories and design hubs as CETA's faculty and staff have guided them through a rigorous hands-on curriculum. These graduates have essential competencies necessary to succeed in their careers, such as critical and innovative thinking, viewing problems as chances for discovery, and working collaboratively with team members to solve complex problems. They have acquired the knowledge, skills, professional dispositions, and competencies they need to succeed in their careers. They've been trained to research, invent, analyze, build, and secure products and services, and they do so with the ability to engage professionally and with integrity and to serve the broader community. Many of our graduates have managed to successfully complete their studies while supporting a family, working full-time, or juggling other life challenges. During this process, they have not only acquired competence in their chosen majors, but have also developed or enhanced the ingenuity, grit, and adaptability that will help them to be successful in their careers and professional lives. We congratulate our graduates, and we also thank the many faculty, advisors, and staff who have contributed to the success of these learners. Your work will have lifelong positive impact on the lives of these graduates. Congratulations to the newest graduates of SNHU's CETA programs.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Kara Prosek, Vice President of Academic Affairs at Southern New Hampshire University. It's my great pleasure to welcome all of the families, friends, faculty, and staff, and of course, our graduates who are here with us today or watching via live stream. We are all very excited to finally be able to celebrate a spring commencement again with you today. I would like to now ask everyone, if you are able, to please rise for the singing of our national anthem, sung this morning by Kalyn Gervais, one of our Bachelor of Arts recipients.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. Come on, we can do better. Good morning, everyone. This is a great day. I'm Paul LeBlanc. I'm the president here at Southern New Hampshire University. It's my pleasure to have us all back in this arena after a couple of years of being away, to be back to some version of normal again for these amazing graduates. This year we have graduates from all 50 states, 46 countries, a wide range of cultures and faith traditions. I want to remind us that this ceremony takes place on the ancestral lands of the Abenaki Nation, in a city that's built on the backs of immigrants and working people. Let us take a moment of silence, and whether in prayer or simple contemplation, remember that our success has its roots with those who came before us, including loved ones no longer with us today. Let them be present with you in your heart. Now, to get us started, I'd like to introduce the platform party. I'd ask them to stand up collectively, and please join me in thanking them for their presence. Please, you can all stand. We have today representing, first of all, our mace bearer, Dr. Audrey Rogers. Representing our Board of Trustees is our board chair, Mark Willett, and we have representatives from our academic and executive leadership teams of the university, as well as our alumni speaker and our student speaker, from whom you'll hear in just a moment. Thank you. This is the best day of the year. This is the day we get to celebrate your accomplishment. It's always the best day of the year, but this one's special because the graduates here have endured and persevered and showed amazing resiliency in a time like no other in our lifetimes, the time of pandemic, and with all the challenges that came with it. After a year of canceled events, virtual learning, we have a commencement that brings us all together as a faculty, as a staff, as students, family, and friends. It's the first spring graduation we've had since 2019, and it's just wonderful. This weekend, we'll have 4 ceremonies over 2 days. As I said, we will have graduates from every state in the nation, countries from around the world. We will celebrate traditional age students who came to us straight out of high school. We have ROTC students we'll recognize today who have their next chapter ahead of them serving the country. We have students who have combined careers, many with kids, studying. We have students who studied online while deployed and serving in the military. We have veterans. We have students from military families. We have first-generation students, as I was, the first to go to college in their families and earn a college degree. And we also have students who have overcome illness, loss, and the full range of hurdles that life can put before us. Here in the audience today, we have Meredith, Nicole, and Andrea, triplets from Windham, New Hampshire, who are graduating together. Meredith, Nicole, and Andrea, your parents just hit the lottery. No more tuition bills, no triple tuition bills. We have Tara, who's a veteran. She's a mother of 3. She's a breast cancer survivor. And throughout her studies, she underwent chemo, radiation, and multiple surgeries. And she earned her degree today. In earning her degree today, she showed her kids, we never give up. Sam is a student you will meet in a little while, who has a rare genetic condition known as MPS. His doctors did not expect him to live past the age of 10. He's here today getting his bachelor's degree. The lesson here is never bet against an SNHU student. You have no doubt seen the commercial, I apologize, it's probably been on your television far too many times, where I ask graduates to stand up if they've been in the military, if their parents, etc. I'm going to ask you all to stand up. You are heroes today. All the graduates, please stand up, be recognized. And while you're standing, scan the audience and find your family and friends, because you're not here without them, right? No one does this alone. Big round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. Graduates, we asked a lot of you over the past 2 years, and you rose to the challenge beautifully. Your resilience inspired us. Your grit motivated us to work harder, and you taught us how to do things better. As you reflect on the past 2 years, do so with a sense of pride. You've earned this. You've earned this day, this accomplishment, this celebration. Now, for each of our ceremonies, a student speaker is chosen through a selection process led by a university committee to provide remarks. I'm pleased to welcome my fellow Canadian to the podium, Riley Snood.
Good morning, President LeBlanc, Board of Trustees, distinguished deans, faculty and staff, family, friends, and fellow graduates. Wow, what a good-looking crowd. Well, we've officially made it. I feel so lucky to be a part of such an amazing graduating class. If you had asked me a few years ago where I would be today, I could have never imagined having grown so much in such a short period of time. I can't thank SNU's international program enough for providing me, a student from Nova Scotia, Canada, with the chance to explore all of the incredible opportunities that New England has to offer. Prior to my experience at Southern New Hampshire University, I was unsure of where I wanted to be in life, as I'm sure many of us were. But I can tell you now that deciding to attend SNU was the best decision I have ever made. From the valuable resources and a close-knit environment, SNU has allowed all of us to discover our passions and grow tremendously as individuals. I want to commend my fellow graduates, not only for being here today and pursuing the opportunity to attend SNU, but for being here despite the fact that life had thrown one of the most daunting curveballs our way in the midst of our university experience. Not only are we graduating, but let's talk about the fact that we have also made it through a global pandemic, which I think is pretty incredible. We have shown that no hurdle is too high, and through this obstacle, we have united and persevered to achieve the unimaginable. From adapting to new environments and navigating through the unexpected, we have proven that we can accomplish anything. We have demonstrated remarkable resilience, and this graduating class is sure to go down in history. I want to share a little story with you today. Like many of your ancestors who came to the United States seeking opportunities, in 1969, my grandparents moved to North America. They were forced to leave Africa at the hands of Ugandan dictator Idi Amin and took a huge risk, leaving everything they knew behind in pursuit of opportunity and freedom. Although afraid and unsure of what the future might hold, they made a decision to take a chance in the hopes of providing future generations with a better life. My grandparents are my inspiration, and without them, I would not be standing here today. I share this story because SNU has taught all of us to take these risks and pursue these opportunities, as you never know what might be waiting for you on the other side of the closed door. As I wrap up my speech today, I want to leave you with a quote. Gandhi once said, "Live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever." With this, I urge all of you to continue taking chances and never sell yourself short. Start each day with an open mind and a readiness to learn. We have the power to decide who we want to be. So soak it all in, and you just might change the world one day. Congratulations, class of 2022. We did it.
Each year, we recognize outstanding faculty members with our Excellence in Teaching Awards. These awards are especially meaningful as they are all student-nominated. I'm pleased to announce the recipients of the 2022 Excellence in Teaching Awards and invite them to the stage to receive their plaques. Full-time faculty member, Dr. Peter Frost, and adjunct faculty member, Dr. Michael Frost. Please come to the stage. It's a very large check in those envelopes, and I'm going to invite all their faculty colleagues for drinks later on them. We also recognize, we've received hundreds of student nominations to recognize an outstanding advisor and the significant impact they have on student success. Each year, one deserving faculty advisor, one deserving professional advisor are awarded an Excellence in Advising Award. Please join me in congratulating the 2022 Excellence in Advising Award recipients, Faculty Advisor Dr. Audrey Rogers and Assistant Director of Graduate Advising, Christina Velez. Please come to the stage. Thank you to all the award recipients for all you do for our students. Today we're proud to honor two retired professors with the honorary title of Professor Emerita for their distinguished service to the university. In more than 30 years of service at SNHU, Ed Daniels has been a beloved and respected member of the library. He has supported SNHU learners on campus and online, as well as serving as a mentor and advisor to colleagues across the university. Ed's visionary leadership helped to develop ways for students to access library resources from anywhere, anytime. He helped to implement the computerized circulation of library materials. He advocated for and won faculty status for librarians, and he came out of retirement to serve as interim dean of the library when the SNHU community needed him. In addition to his work in the library, Ed's a dedicated assistant coach for the women's track and field team, a sport that is his lifelong passion. Although Ed couldn't be with us today, the SNHU community is honored to recognize him with Faculty Emeritus status. Our second faculty member so honored is Dr. Sood Sami. Dr. Sami, would you please stand? He's over here in the VIP section. Dr. Sami has 31 years of service at SNHU. He founded and directed the International Business PhD program, chaired the International Business Department, and served as interim dean of the School of Business and the Senate President. Dr. Sami is a leading expert on oil markets whose opinion is frequently sought after by local, national, and international media. He started his career as a senior economist and head of the finance section at OPEC Secretariat in Vienna, Austria, taught at MIT's Civil and Environmental Engineering Department, conducted research at the Harvard Kennedy School of Government on global energy and oil markets, and advised international business PhD students at Texas A&M International University. Dr. Sami also has directed numerous grants and projects for the U.S. Department of Education. In 2004, he was recognized by Governor of New Hampshire and the New Hampshire International Trade Association for outstanding contribution to the state's international business and trade. Among his many achievements, he's also the father of Dr. Layla Sami, our Associate Dean in the School of Business. Southern New Hampshire University is honored to recognize Dr. Sami with the status of Faculty Emerita. Congratulations, Dr. Sami. The Loeffler Prize is named for Rick Loeffler, a longtime member of the SNHU Board of Trustees and a local business person. He's here today. The university presents this award to a deserving member of the Greater Manchester community for their work. We are pleased to award the 2022 Loeffler Prize to Anna Thomas, Public Health Director for the City of Manchester. Anna is a New Hampshire native and an alum of the University of New Hampshire. She received her Master of Public Health at the Harvard School of Public Health, Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, and the Dartmouth Institute for Health Policy and Clinical Practice. She was selected as one of the 20 national scholarship recipients by the CDC to obtain her graduate certificate in public health. She's also a veteran of the United States Army, having served for 16 years as a Medical Service Corps officer and achieved the rank of Major. Mayor Joyce Craig nominated her to be the city's first female public health director in 2018. Since then, Anna has served the Manchester community, including overseeing 65 health department staff members in an urban population of over 112,000 people. And of course, most importantly, she has led our response to the COVID-19 pandemic here locally. Extraordinary times require extraordinary people, Anna Thomas is such a leader. Southern New Hampshire University is honored to recognize Anna for her selfless dedication to the Manchester community. Please join me in recognizing her leadership. Well, we are fortunate to be gathered together celebrating today. We sadly have some graduates that we lost this year. We're honored to have awarded them posthumous degrees, and I ask you to join me in keeping them and their families in your thoughts. I'll read their names. Anthony Barnett, Sr., Master of Science. Eric Frierson, Jr., Bachelor of Science. Maria Mayer, Bachelor of Science. And Solomon Bell, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. May they rest in peace. Each spring, we recognize our cohort of doctoral candidates. This spring, we have our largest group ever, 17 new doctors of education. 9 of them are with us today. They participated in a hooding ceremony with their advisors and families last night, and I now invite them to come forward to receive their diplomas. I'd like to invite Dr. Kimberly Bogle-Jubenville, our Chief Academic Officer, up to the stage to help me confer the degrees.
President LeBlanc, the candidates before you have successfully completed the course of studies prescribed by the faculty of Southern New Hampshire University and have fulfilled all requirements for their chosen curricula. I am pleased to present our newest Doctors of Education.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Southern New Hampshire University and by the General Court of the State of New Hampshire, I hereby confer on you the degree of Doctor of Education with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Now please join me in congratulating each of our newest doctors as Dr. Nivison calls them forward.
Athena Adair. Dawn Campbell. Erin Carter. Kathleen Hamill. Sydney Grimes. Vitaly Alexandrovich Kulapin. Alessandra Latour.
Please, big round of applause. That's good. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to recognize 4 graduates from our ROTC program. I mentioned them earlier. At this time, I'd like to ask cadets Andrew Caskey, Danielle DeRousseau, Monique Taylor, and Michael Webster to please stand and be recognized. They'll be formally commissioned at a ceremony in May, but we'd like to take a minute to recognize them for their service to our country. Thank you. So now we're going to get to the part that you've all been waiting for, which is to see your graduates cross in front and have their photos taken, receive their diploma. Before we read the names and invite you up for a photo, just a few housekeeping instructions. You'll be dismissed by row by the aisle marshal. You'll hand your card to the name reader, there's one on each side, and make your way to the front of the stage to get your diploma cover and a photo. If you're wearing a mask today and feel comfortable doing so, you may want to remove it just for the photo. But please feel free to keep that on as well. Now, there's one last piece of legal advice we have to do before we begin. One year I didn't do this, so I'm pretty sure there's a whole group of graduates who are not legally graduates, but we're going to do it for you. Don't tell them. Dr. Jubenville, would you please join me again for the conferral of the degrees?
Will the class of 2022 please stand? President LeBlanc, the candidates standing before you have successfully completed the course of studies prescribed by the faculty of Southern New Hampshire University and have fulfilled all requirements for their chosen curricula.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Southern New Hampshire University and by the General Court of the State of New Hampshire, I hereby confer the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, and Master of Science, Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science, Associates in Arts and Associates in Science with all rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Please be seated. So let's start with our first actual diploma to our student speaker today, Riley Sood.
Justin Thomas Todd.
Jabril Anthony Clark.
Frederick Joseph Riley.
Ryan Chass.
Devin James Daly.
Caleb Delano.
Keegan Martin Fitzgerald.
Tyler D. Smith.
Samuel James Gregson.
Timothy James Cabral.
Luke M. Hogan.
Rashid Ricardo Blake.
Kayla McCartney.
Jordan Elizabeth Minahan.
Thomas Paul Gillis Jr.
Christian Deliosa Cedero.
Edward Seidman.
Kyle J. Perlowski.
Michael R. Sears.
Jasper A. Koza.
Paul Michael Childs.
Robert Anthony Paul Wood.
Benjamin S. Prescott.
Blake Lanigan Smith.
Thomas Hannon.
Michael James Gorham.
Jeffrey Brian Boyd.
Jonathan Joseph Auerkirk.
Jack Matthew Bahia.
Connor Patrick Hatch.
Thomas Michael Cronin.
John Walter Canducci Jr.
Charles E. Davis.
Alexandra Lewis Crawford.
Jeremy Stephen Sensabaugh.
Dylan Bryant.
Julia Sabina Keller.
Catherine Elizabeth Gallagher.
Kiri Chiba.
Natan Bilay.
Dimitri Johnson.
Keegan Seamus Donaher.
Joshua Walter Kelly.
Jacob D. Heckman.
Jenna Jean Newton.
Troy A. Cody Ward.
Alicia Lopez.
Daniel Joseph Mondor.
Calvin Cashin.
Travis R. Brody.
Andrea L. Bassner.
Cassandra Lee Harding.
Olivia Donna Coutone.
Ishuv Tapa.
Brandon Banker.
Shankar Shrestha.
Nicole Eileen Basner.
Lisha Ma.
Meredith Rose Basner.
Bok Vin Chu.
Jessica Mackenzie Shepard.
Sai Kanaka Nandini Tamiseti.
Peter Alexander Baker.
Sahiti Reddy Raghuram.
Jackson M. Thomas.
Prithvi Raj Chigurupati.
John Charles Spezeski.
Akshay Mare.
Erica Amber Sophia.
Saiteja Japatra.
Patrick Joseph McLean.
Venkata Sai Samrat Akula.
Jai Alexander Wilson.
Sean Michael Staffieri.
Terrell Dwayne Longsworth.
Riley Ronald Gerard.
Glet M. Kikuni.
Catherine Roxana Echeverria.
Joshua Michael Dunn.
Anzania E. Norman.
McKenna Tucci.
Faiza Florentina Turkman.
Devin D. Tucci.
Mina Garud Haugia.
Taylor Lee Ivers.
Alexa Etienne.
Mitchell Lee McNeil.
Samantha Marie Chaps.
Julia Ann Gagnon.
Abigail L. Latham.
Ryan Michael Barrett.
Brianna Marino.
John Patrick Noel.
Amberly Caitlin Mentz.
Isabel Victoria Bretz.
Orion Nadine Homan.
Manuela Morales Gonzalez.
Melissa Ann Molitieri.
Ashish Bohara.
Taryn D. Allen.
Syra Jalilovich.
Jacob Robert Nuzolo.
Eliza Catherine Fandel.
Grace Rose Pierce.
Matisse Dory.
Jennifer Burgess.
Matthew John Becht.
Luciana Rosalie Elizabeth Albers.
Jocelyn Marie Isabel.
Haley Hope Ashford.
Brianna Cheryl Glore.
Madison Olivia Peredna.
Isla Baramovich.
Kathleen Elizabeth Crowther.
Kayla Ray Ziakis.
Ryan Patrick Getherall.
Greta Ludlow Salvador.
Christopher Michael Valentine.
Nina DiCarlo.
William Charles Zabernardi III.
Chris Boulay Russell.
Owen Thomas McEwen.
William Robert Furden.
Nolan Morandi Isabella.
Keegan Michael Roper.
Rebecca Lauren Masters.
Michelle Rose Corbani.
Cassidy Wynn.
Aaron P. Livingston.
Lindsay Nicole Ritano.
Damon Dubose.
Caitlin Michelle Erickson.
Elise Labranche.
Ariana Elizabeth Caruso.
Cara DiLorenzo.
Madeline Olivia Leo.
Catherine Conkle.
Ryan Robert Paul.
Zachary Andrew King.
Brendan Thomas Sears.
Nicholas Christopher Mazzio.
Maya I. Giussani.
Andrew Eastman Somerville.
Ashley Erica Hansen.
Jacob A. Cox.
Catherine Grace Durhack.
Travis Michael Quigley.
William James Angarella.
Dominic V. DeMombro.
Benjamin Andrew Fowler.
Scott Michael Aaron.
Julio Michael Andrea Bitar.
James Thorpe Kozakowski Jr.
Faisal Al-Raji.
Philip Henry Heiss III.
Abdul Rahman Mohammed Alamri.
Dinabari Adumene.
Evan William Way.
Matthew Toby Tombeng.
Matthew Stephen Scheibe.
Matthew Robert Ciano.
Sanil Patel.
Ryan Andrew Dio.
Ryan Oliver Burns.
Nicholas James Assad.
Jared S. Murray.
Ryan Bauman.
Nicholas DeVos.
Griffin Matthew Gilbert.
Zoe Aspasia Galatas.
Andrew Joseph Francis Derry.
Caitlin O'Laughlin.
Matthew Joseph McCarthy.
Robert Owen Nestor III.
Alec Volante.
Tyler H. McKenzie.
Marie T. Wallace.
Giuliano Joseph Cultrera.
Bao-hee Jun.
Amber N. Hall.
Hong Nung Nguyen.
Sophie Jane Roy.
Yen Fong Vai Nguyen.
Emily Catherine Callahan.
Samuel Schmier.
Emily Rose Murray.
Megan Mary Stacey.
Rebecca Lee Holland.
Jillian Alexandra Perlberg.
Anthony L. Scott.
Donis Williams.
Nancy Belli.
Sean Patrick Woodman.
Connor Charles Shute.
Nicholas Christian Dobe.
Abigail Sonia Ketola.
Anthony Robles Tid.
Ross Francis McDowell.
Joseph Edward Mondor.
Nicholas Madden Boucher.
Maxwell Ambrose Hurley.
Austin Anderson.
Anna Noel Forth.
Madeline Marie Carroll.
Sky R. Warner.
Amanda Rose Bogoslavsky.
Eden Julia Setti.
Alexander Logan Leticio.
Anna Pearl Casagrande.
Anthony Charles Kelly.
Douglas Michael Hurling.
Benjamin Lim.
Thomas S. Granger.
Salman Abdulaziz Al Qasim.
Biran Karki.
Markella Christina Lazos.
Manish Humagai.
Andrew Paul Chamberlain.
Avery Morgan.
Brandon Mahogany.
Ju P.
Jonathan Arcila.
Tesnia Valoy.
Mary Eleanor Landry.
Olivia Coco.
Megan Michelle Galarno.
Gustav Arfelt.
Elise Michelle Boucher.
Alex Michael Ring.
Chloe Elizabeth Rich.
Joseph Cosimo Fiorino.
Elizabeth Mary White.
Margaret Nollmeyer.
Carly Rose Town.
Brianna Lynn Gilman.
Prakshal Shah.
Maya Nobis.
Xiang Lian Hao.
Rachel Mirembe Najinda.
Shuai Dong.
Zara Abrahimi.
Abdul Wahid Intizami.
Damolan Olawasun Adiyaba.
Hrushikesh Jayesh Engineer.
Zara Amiri.
Pratika Ganesan.
Xander Kendall Williams.
Aishwarya Rungta.
Michaela Stefania Gilbert.
Jaya Tripathi.
Van Ving Vong.
Karna Gauchan.
Alex Cartwright.
Q Nyat Huang.
Jacob Jeffrey DeRosa.
Christopher S. Florek.
Tyler B. Wynot.
Nicholas M. Boucher.
Robert Earl Kilpatrick II.
Nelson Martins Campos.
Bailey Arnold Fuchs.
Nathaniel J. Prosek.
Callie Mae Gibbs.
Elizabeth Helen Freitas.
Nicholas Craig Emery.
Spencer Robert Todisco.
Hope Delorme.
Djorjan Halkusiev.
Mo Marilyn Sullivan.
Stephanie Marie Corbani.
Alexis Nicole Ledoux.
Kelly Catherine Baird.
Peter Francis Sweeney.
Braden Hunter Dotile.
Dylan James McDonald.
Jacqueline R. Valier.
Catherine Yarirangwe.
Brianna Lynn Sawyer.
Maura Ailish Coakley.
Elizabeth Rachel West.
Gwyneth H. Manro.
Ashley Catherine Gedrich.
Kealoha May Lopez.
Emily Louise Gagnon.
Samantha Fraser.
Hannah Parker Claxton.
Kate E. Stanchel.
Stephanie Lynn Clark.
Riching Deng.
Hannah Ann Cusson.
Alireza Ahmedipur.
Ann M. Paquin.
Vince Thomas Littleow.
Allison Marie Robochak.
Grant T. Prouty.
Alice Elizabeth Kerr.
Leah Nicole Hopping.
Scarla H. Joseph.
Tara Elise Thice.
Julia Catherine Lira.
Suzanne Emma Johnston.
Carolina Manosalvas.
Catherine Jean Callery.
Natalie Kathleen Maggioli.
Devin Nicole Hurley.
Kyle Kubblebeck.
Abigail Ann Brennan.
Emily Ann Campbell.
Tess Nina Morrow.
Sam McAvoy Henry.
Emily Marie Carroll.
Madison D. Wentworthy.
Jenna Lynn McDonough.
Corey D. Long.
Ashley Marie Rowland.
Ramona Grace Fontaine.
Yazid Al-Bawardi.
Christopher William Miller.
Hashim Al-Sudani.
Jason Michael Benulo.
Michaela Marie Burt.
Keegan Berry.
Justin Patrick Connolly.
Erin Elizabeth Forrest Gorton.
Daniel Ryan Egan.
Morgan Elizabeth Doherty.
Julia E. Volato.
Ryan James Furlong.
Matthew Lavallee.
Elena Betts.
Cecilia Patricia Yanchuk.
Nicole Marie Jestrom.
Taylor Elizabeth DeRubis.
Haley Jean Schnatter.
Autumn Ray Hendricks.
Jana Berry.
Nicole Morgan McClellan.
Erica Elizabeth Hill, summa cum laude.
Megan Nicole Huff.
Alexis Christina Silva.
Patrick Hare.
Lindsay Alexandra Cazera.
Miranda Sarah Hanks.
Brina Catherine Sullivan.
Andrew Vincent Frucy.
Andrea Lee McEnvoy.
Madeline D. Lindsay.
Addison Joy Beliveau.
Sophie Elizabeth Louise Walters.
Nathaniel Andrew Witteshek.
Emily Grace Manning.
James Patrick Sanborn.
Anna Haley Norton.
Catherine Louise Phillips.
Sydney Erin Carney.
Mackenzie Ray Sullivan.
Kara Christine Easter.
Jared Douglas Smith.
Ethan DeBaker.
Jason Barry Lozier.
Samuel Robert Caswell.
Daniel Patrick Owens.
Samantha Marie Breuer.
Mitchell Robert Cormier.
Justin Robert Potts.
Talib Michael Ira Williams.
Trevor William Betano.
Nadia Binti Kamal.
Stephen Gregory Reynolds.
Hazel L. Dion.
Robert Sherrills Carr. Ash Taylor.
Patricia Marie Harrington.
Brian Paul Toomey.
Carly Ray Huckins.
Tyler Paul Cummings.
Grace Elizabeth Henson.
Victoria Claire Webb.
Morgan Lee Anthony.
Brianne Elizabeth Torrey.
Joyce Danielle Sagbini.
Marissa Ann Beatty.
Sarah Michelle Cronin.
Amber Rose Moriarty.
Jacob Mark Bryan.
Angelina Ioso.
Samantha Nicole Glantz.
Taylor Hope Bouchard.
Teresa Morgan Spear.
Madeline Maria Tygeson.
Megan Catherine Stroh.
Andrew Frank Strepick.
Madison Rose Sullivan.
Daniel Childs Trask.
Melissa A. Pedersen.
Hallie Rose Brown.
Tara Catherine McKay.
Cameron Nicole Whalen.
Alicia Ann Stevens.
Ryan Patrick McQueen.
Kaylee Ann Garrity.
James Reuben Classy.
Sophia Christine Mosca.
Ariana Valentine Lemon.
Samuel Lawrence Foster.
Alicia Pergakis De Bruin.
Justin Stephen Vanas.
Nicole Grace Hardiman.
Emily Catherine Duty.
Juliana Rose LaRue.
Brittany Faith Weiner.
Madison Avery Alexander.
Ryan William Mangino.
Lindsay Jean Laudenslager.
Olivia Ray Minahan.
Danielle M. Pagluka.
Madison Rose Hopkins.
Bridget D. Dale.
Megan Michelle White.
Michaela Dawn Morse.
Don S. Williams.
Hannah Lynn Gemus.
Dennis H. Wynn.
Cassidy Noel Downs.
Spencer J. Fennell.
Lena E. Brodsky.
Brendan Jack McGuire.
Naomi F. Harris.
Shelby Lynn Phillips.
Alexa Leanna Rainey.
William Travis Haney.
Marissa Jo Morehouse.
Earl Randolph Merrill IV.
Victoria Faith Maybe.
Zachary W. Davidson.
Nathan Ian D'Alessio.
Alexis Van Loan.
Zoe Josephine Fluitt.
Erin Margaret Brennan.
Emma Marie Casey.
Amanda Marie Shea.
Casey Jordan Dubois.
Januka Adikari.
Brooke Summer Pierce.
Megan Elizabeth Berger.
Emily Nicole Roberts.
Alexander Eric Kivakowski.
Lucas Cali DiFrancesco.
Matthew Gordon Smith.
Erica Santiago.
Megan Ann Fideli.
Stephen Paul DeBurrow.
Jordan Elizabeth Woodford.
Wesley Joseph Martin.
Suzanne Araldi.
Devin L. Coviello.
Milena Linda Hibbard.
Samuel Fraser Rollick.
Haley Elizabeth Martlock.
Adam William Foster.
Kalyn Grace Gervais.
Jack Andrew Drolet.
Nayara Lucas Batista.
Jack Duggan.
Renee Elizabeth Mack.
Abigail Perelius.
Edmund Yutian Yi.
Ashley Morgan Beigehoff.
Rachel Lynn Dupuis.
Taylor Jordan Emery.
Rafael Melo Raposo.
Haley Emery.
Lilia Gemma.
Ala Mohammed.
Shannon Elizabeth Maxwell.
Kesumi Garcia.
Samantha Jean Otis.
Courtney Christine Smith.
Jeremy Isaac Hanman.
Alyssa Lee Gettings.
Tristan Lee Peets.
Emerson Rose Medina.
Michael Cole Stewart.
Danielle Keith Sirois.
Gavin McEachran.
Brooke Elizabeth Horniak.
Krista Allen Longden.
Madison Dorothy Kingsbury.
Alana Rodriguez.
Keelan Flynn.
Charles Warren Wright III.
Julia Page Plummer.
Quinn Vu New Pham.
Rachel Elise Rowe.
Mitchell Garant.
Rachel Frances Klein.
Matthew J. Hunter.
Curtis Glover.
Dylan Wyatt Fuller.
Owen Josh O'Brien.
Ryan Theodore Stannard.
Lauren Taylor Hall.
Benjamin Gil Ferreira.
Anastasia Jean Tumberg.
Sean Michael Burns.
Jacob Dylan Watson.
Brandon Brian Femister.
Brenton Michael Gould.
Ashley Lynn Chapdelaine.
Justin Felleman Smith.
Patrick Thomas Quirk.
Lucas Paul Frazier.
Owen Peter Rival.
Ryan William Heath.
Emma J. Bowie.
Brittany L. Kaplowitz.
Abigail Aline Bodwin.
Kayla Ann Stickney.
Daniel Cronin.
Devin Pierre Pouliot.
Lindsay Ann Perdue.
Jacqueline Danielle Allen.
Eliza M. Johnson.
Catherine Nicole Dillman.
Kylie Rose Grenier.
McKenna May Bingham.
Shirley Green.
Ryan Scott Tucker.
Eliza Adamson.
Erin Sandra Beneder.
Molly Marie Snow.
Christine Catherine Ang Kabaz.
Jennifer Germain.
Kristen Jacqueline Cephalou.
Carrie Mall.
Zachary Ross Holdcroft.
Bernice Louise Thompson.
Shelby May Vigliata.
Jacqueline Chandler.
Quinn Joseph Richmond.
Kayla Joy Pinard.
Parker Jordan Canton.
Deborah Alexander.
Laura Elizabeth Dukran.
Marisol Vargas.
Vincenzo Edward DeMarco.
Carla I. Smith.
Joshua Robert Griffin.
Heather Marie Junot.
John William Cody Jr.
Brianna Marie Precourt.
Ashley Nicole Connor.
Victoria Joy Rigo.
Olivia Catherine Elliott.
Erin Ruth Shields.
Jacob Dusso.
Madison Ashley Pietrafesa.
Nicholas Avery Schultz.
Emily Rose Brown.
Kara Joyce Lendry.
Elizabeth Dion.
Haley M. Hartnett.
Michael Leonard.
Mary Neal.
Antonella Corletto Leonard.
Melissa Jean Paquette.
Amy Pauline Cruitt.
Adriana Nicole Schaefer.
Megan Catherine Klickner.
Lindsay Michelle Jasmine.
Morgan Kelsey Winchell.
Laura Saddlemeyer.
Lori Shalander.
Erin Tarantino.
Kristen Pilchat.
Kimberly Jackson.
Elizabeth Appleby.
Jamie Drisdell.
Elizabeth Kyle T. Waters.
Kathleen Hunt.
Emma Marie Stevens.
Jake Andrew Outhouston.
Craig Dana Cattell.
William Greeley.
James Nelson.
Aaron Williams.
Emily Ringquist.
Renee Mary Taylor.
Susan H. Tribou.
Ashley Alexis Day. Gail R. Casey. Jonna McMaster Jones. Tanya Hannigan. Brian Bouchire. James Dion. Alan McGrath, Jr. Erica Lynn Gravelin Parent. Kylie Van Etten. Jessica Thurston. Felicia King. Leslie Dumas. Rebecca Weisberg. Kristen Runyon Hughes. Dana S. Cummings. Dale Geisinger. Sarah A. Eno. Michael Eno. Danielle R. DeRusso. Monet LaDonna Taylor. Andrew Allen Joseph Caskey. And last but not least, Michael Webster.
Congratulations to the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University. On behalf of the Alumni Board of Directors, I am honored to officially welcome you to the SNHU Alumni Association. Today, more than 180,000 alumni around the world congratulate you on your success and hope you will be an active part of our SNHU community. At this time, if you are one of our learners who has earned an associate's or bachelor's degree, I invite you to participate in the ceremonial tradition of moving your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left. As you go forth today, always remember our university's motto, Summa Optimaqua. In English, the greatest and the best, and indeed you are. Congratulations.
I want to thank the members of the New Hampshire Pipes and Drums for playing during our commencement exercises today. Yay. Now we ask the graduates to please exit, beginning with the back row, and guests, please meet your graduates outside in front of the arena. Congratulations, everyone.